Welcome to the Lounge Lizards podcast. It's so good to have you here. It's a leisure and lifestyle podcast founded on our love of premium cigars, as well as whiskey, travel, food, work, and whatever else we feel like getting into. My name is Gizmo, and tonight I'm joined by Rooster, Poobah, Senator Pagoda, and Bam Bam. And our plan is to smoke a cigar, drink some scotch, talk about life, and of course, have some laughs. So take this as your 39th official invitation to join us and become a card-carrying lounge lizard. Plan to meet us here once a week. We're going to smoke a New World cigar tonight, share our thoughts on it, and give you our formal lizard rating. We discuss the recent evolution of our scotch pairing, Senator forces a blended scotch taste-off, and Poobah shares his passion for pushcart hot dogs, all among a variety of other things for the next hour. So sit back, get your favorite drink, light up a cigar, and enjoy as we pair Johnny Walker Black Label Scotch with Arturo Fuente Hemingway in Signature. A very popular Fuente on the pod tonight, boys. The Hemingway series in Signature. A very cool figurado. So both ends of the cigar are closed. Obviously, one will open, one will cut, and the other will open as we light it. But figurado is a very cool cigar. You don't see a lot of these around anymore.
No.
And these are very, very popular.
Yeah.
The Hemingway line from Arturo Fuente.
Oh, yeah.
Has a Cameroon wrapper, and then everything else about it is Dominican.
And these come in with a Maduro wrapper.
They
as
do.
well,
It's a special Maduro release. They release around the holidays, kind of like the Sharks and the Anejo stuff. But this is the regular production you can find everywhere.
Yeah, people love these.
Love them.
They love them.
Yeah, they go through these. They're sold out a lot, but they're pretty popular. You're pretty easy to find. The brick and mortar that I got these from, he said that this is easily their best seller.
Wow.
Best line, and the best seller in that line is this Signature. So
Wow. It's a beautiful cigar.
the short story is also very popular as well.
The short story was my first ever
Cigar?
cigar.
Really?
We didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Just turned to become a very long story.
Back in 1977, we went to go see Jaws. Then I had my first cigar.
The short story.
The short story.
Hooper drives the boat.
Poobah?
All right, boys, let's cut this thing. The Arturo Fuente Hemingway Signature.
Which
Natural.
Which end do you cut?
Yeah.
And it's,
Since they're closing both ends.
it's 47 ring gauge by 6 inches.
You're not going to get much in the cold draw due to the
No.
The
True.
closed foot.
closed foot. So I'm just going to go ahead and light mine.
I'm right behind you.
The draw is wide open, though.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
wide open.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
try it.
Yep.
Yeah, it tastes very good.
For me, the cold draw is nutty.
Yeah. Nutty. Little dried fruit. But very pleasant.
Oh, wow. It's nice on the light.
All right, I'm going to light this thing, boys.
Huh, Poobah?
On the light.
It's nice.
Kind of the same technique that I would use to light a Padron 80th. Just getting that little nub going, and hopefully it opens up nicely.
Yeah, it's just like the Padron 88.
Oh,
I didn't mean that.
Just like it.
I didn't mean that.
I think you're overlighting it there, Gizmo.
The password is nipple. How fucked up was that? Because it's like a little nipple. On
It
the
is a little
front. It's
nipple,
like-
yeah.
Remember that movie, though? The Cable Guy? Remember that?
Yeah.
The password is nipple.
Senator, I kind of like it.
Why are you telling me?
Oh, I'm just sharing a story with you.
It's like, I didn't make it. I didn't bring these. But I do
I like
agree.
it.
It's actually very pleasant on the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I ran out of lighter juice. I had to borrow Senator's.
You don't need to light it so much. Just the end.
Just the end.
Yeah,
Take
you're
it easy. You're like mauling it. Relax yourself already.
You're mauling it.
Look at him.
We're
He's
good.
all angry now. This is
He
where the
is.
salt comes. This
It's
is where
so true.
outta
This
here.
is so,
It's so true.
So one of Gizmo's alternate
Egos.
nicknames, like his alter ego, is we call him Johnny Ocean because he's fucking salty.
He's gonna come at you with a hatchet.
Yeah, like he's like you're criticizing me now, and like he furrows his brow.
Well, listen, the light job wasn't that crazy. I mean, come on.
A bit.
Jesus Christ.
It's a closed foot, so it's just gonna open up.
Mm,
This is really nice on the light.
very.
It is.
Flavor's very pleasant.
I mean,
Medium.
This is going to sound weird, but it tastes aged on the
Yeah.
light.
A bit.
I didn't look at the cello. It does come in cellophane. Let me see if there's any yellow on it.
A pre-embargo Fuentes.
Let me check the yellow cello here.
Slight tint.
Yeah, there's a little tint on it.
little
I mean,
bit.
it's certainly not. These aren't brand new for sure, but it's
Yeah,
not
but
like
if
Do we
I
know?
just like on the light, it's like a little creamy to me and
I
no
get it.
rough edges at
yeah,
all.
none. A little. It's a little sweet for me.
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah.
Are
for
the-
$10, guys, this is very pleasant.
Is this aged at all?
Not that I'm aware of. I bought it.
in the factory.
I bought it. No,
Tobacco's not aged at all. Really?
not that there. I don't think there's any specific age statement on these cigars.
Okay.
but they usually age a couple of
Yeah, a
years
couple years.
before
Right,
they
right.
roll it. So
It reminds me of that Monte Cristo, 35 was it?
Oh, the number 2 with the with
oh,
the black.
linear.
Yeah, the one we did. I think we
I-
reviewed it before.
I like this a lot better than that.
You're talking the New World.
yeah, the
Yeah,
new one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't remind me of that at all.
No.
That was like Padron like.
Yeah. This is really
This is nutty and sweet. I'm not getting
It's
as much
smooth.
cocoa. This is great.
zero bite at all.
I really like the aroma coming off the smoke.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very pleasant for $10. I mean, I love the shape too. 47 ring gauge. It's kind of perfect. It's like
promi-
it's like
very
a
promising.
Corona with a closed foot.
Yeah, it's promising. Now, this is a great cigar to hand to guests.
I agree.
Now, so far, it's very good.
Yeah, this is a great guest humidor cigar.
Affordable.
For $10?
yeah, it's affordable and it's a good quality stick.
And I have in my guest humidor, I have a bunch of bestsellers, and they're always a hit
Mm.
because they're not intimidating. The bestseller is what, 3-4 inches long?
What is
right.
the best seller?
Short story.
Or excuse me, short story.
Oh.
Excuse
Yeah.
me. I'm sorry.
The best seller.
Actually, the bestseller, the bestseller is a half inch longer than the short story.
Yep.
Very
Wait, that's an
similar.
actual cigar?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh,
the Hemingway line, there's a bunch. So this is the signature. They have the short story. They have the bestseller.
So these are all just Vitola names.
Exactly. Vitola in the Hemingway line of Fuente.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know the line that well.
Everything is obviously named after Ernest Hemingway, who was a big cigar smoker. But yeah, there's quite a few of them actually.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who smoke this.
I mean, if this finishes the way this started, this would be great for anyone at any sort of introductory level of cigar smoking. I think they
Absolutely.
would appreciate this.
Yeah.
Tastes great right now.
Oh, it does.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's very, very, very pleasant.
It's promising right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it ends.
Absolutely.
Tiny bit rustic finish on the wrapper, but beautifully made.
Yeah, lots of smoke.
Yeah,
It's better than the Opus X we reviewed,
that's true. For a quarter of the price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a quarter. Yeah.
which is lunacy. But I mean,
All right.
off the light, it's even better.
Absolutely.
It tastes closer to a shark than.
Mm.
I agree.
That's a
This
good
is
point.
more Don Carlos
Very
like
good
than
point.
Opus like.
I think the Cameroon wrapper's doing that.
True.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
So here's some of the cigars in this line. I'm not going to say it's all of them because I think there's just a bunch. But so the bestseller is 4.5 inches by 55 ring gauge. The signature that we're smoking now is 6 inches by 47 ring gauge. The short stories 4 by 49, and the classic is 7 inches by 48 ring gauge. Oh, and they also have the work of art, which is 4.88 by 60 ring gauge.
Is the
and a
work of-
masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
9 inches by 52. There's a bunch, man.
What's the work of art again? What's the size?
The work of art is 60 ring gauge by a little under 5 inches. So it's a short little fatty.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the bestseller and the short story are very, very close. Like it's easy to confuse the two.
Are they
Uh,
similar size?
They're like a half inch apart.
So the bestseller's a bit longer.
The bestsellers, the bestseller's
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
They must
So
have
these are all
added
within the Hemingway
Yeah, I've
line,
never
so
heard
it's
of
a
that.
similar
Yeah.
blend.
It's apparently the blend is identical across.
Can you
all these
find out?
cigars.
This is just a curiosity. Did they introduce the bestseller recently? Because I've never heard of it.
No, I think the bestseller's been around quite some time. I
Yeah.
think they introduced these.
That little short stories,
that. Yeah, that's a good like half an hour to 45
45
smoke.
minutes. It has a lot of history. I had that years and years ago. I just bought a box recently just to have. I kind of like them. Quick cup of
Is it
coffee in the morning.
Cheaper than this.
I don't know what they cost per. I don't remember what I paid. I haven't got.
You're talking about the short story.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you get it in this wrapper?
It's identical.
It's same.
Okay.
It's the baby brother
This
of
is
this
good
cigar.
to hear because I think I had the. Is it a Maduro?
Yeah, the Maduro's a little harder to find, but they do make a Maduro.
Yeah, I found that to be a little bit harsh, but I'm liking this.
The
so
Cameroon
maybe,
wrapper.
Maybe the Cameroon
So
wrapper's
that's
the way
why
to go.
normally, we reach for Maduro almost exclusively on the pod.
Yep.
Maybe safe for grinder is, reaching for naturals in a lot of the cigars that we smoke Maduro in. But
Yep.
I reached for this one specifically in natural because the reviews were much better.
Oh wow!
And this cigar is just so popular with folks that
I didn't know you can get this in natural.
Yeah, this is natural. Yeah. Yeah.
This?
Yeah, that they call this Cameroon wrapper a natural.
Wow. See, that throws me off.
Well, the Maduro is like a special edition. It's
Yeah.
not available all the time. It's
And
like
then
the
they also released, I think it was 2 years ago, COVID time ish, was the Rare Pink series, which was just a different. I think it was a different blend or different wrapper, but it was the same Hemingway sizes.
Yeah, I heard mixed reviews about that.
Yeah, I
cigar.
didn't hear great things.
Yeah, up and down.
But the cool thing about it, I guess, is a lot of that profit went to breast cancer awareness.
That's
so,
very cool.
That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Like this is very pleasant I would smoke this with
coffee.
at a family function, like you're in mixed company and someone broke this out. Like I'd be happy to smoke this with, my cousins or whoever, like people you're there. And if someone handed me this cigar, I'd be like, I'm in.
I think for me, I mean, I like when Rooster said with coffee, I would smoke this in the morning and the afternoon. This is just, it's sweet
Yeah.
and a really just easygoing but flavorful enough cigar.
So with our pairing here, I get sweetness in this Scotch that I also get in this cigar. I think it works well together.
Yeah, so we got a classic tonight, Bam.
Yes, you do.
Johnny Walker Black Label.
This is what you
Pagoda's favorite.
you'd have this with your dad when you were like in your 20s, early in life.
Yeah.
Classic cigar, classic Scotch.
So are you guys doing this with club soda or just neat?
No sploosh for
No,
me.
Not
just
yet.
on the
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
Are you doing a sploosh, Pagoda?
I will shortly.
Yeah, you'll throw it
Before
in there?
anyone does that, though, what are thoughts? On
It's
the
very
Scotch?
good. It's good.
I don't love it. I mean, I it's not great.
You can't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I'm never gonna want to reach for this.
Have you tried it?
Yes. Yes.
Am I
Several
crazy?
times.
But I'm really liking it right now.
You're not crazy. It's Johnny Walker
I mean, it's a
Black.
classic. I've had it
feel like-
before.
Now,
I feel like I've
I'm
had
sorry.
it a million times.
I really think so. I mean, guys are saying I've had it before, as have I, and I really firmly believe that this spirit has changed for the better recently. And I
Oh,
say that
what makes you say
because
that?
100% agree with that.
okay, I'm glad that someone is
100%
page
agree.
here. And I say that because I feel like, over 10 years ago when I first had Johnny Walker Black, it was serviceable at that time, and it was very smoky. I remember a peaty
Exactly.
taste
It's more
about it.
peaty than this
Yes.
ever has been. Yeah.
Yes. And but it was still serviceable. And then it
Weird.
went through a period where I actively really disliked this. I would not drink it. I remember, sometimes you're in a hotel in your room and they have a mini bar, and of course, like there's always Johnny Walker, Chivas. The Scotch options are
Right.
pretty limited to those two. And I remember having this. I said, "Oh, this is terrible. I will never drink this stuff again." Even on planes, I didn't want it. And then in recent years, ironically, when one of my trips, I was in Greece. They had like a fifth bottle of this and a bunch of other stuff in there, and it was all complimentary. And I had some of this on the rocks, and I said to myself, "This is strangely pretty good." I mean, it's easy drinking. I remember it being in that period where I really didn't like Johnny Walker Black. I remember it being harsh. It was aggressive. You couldn't even think of having this neat and enjoying it, let alone even just with 2 cubes, which I think is all what we have. So I think it's really benefited. They're doing something differently. And the other thing I'll say that used to be controversial with Black Label, Johnny Walker never used to put age statements on any of their bottles. So it was black, green, gold, blue, but it
Red.
never said, red being the entry, never said an age statement. And then finally they got pressured into doing it. And if you look now on every black bottle, it's minimum 12 years of what's blended in there. So I think that also, and that's within the last decade.
Yeah.
I think that also probably has helped up the quality of at least the age of the spirit that's in that bottle. So I'm very pleasantly surprised for a budget Scotch. I used to call this undrinkable, and now I actually think this is serviceable.
Very drinkable. Pagoda, what does that bottle go for?
$35, but I do think Senator's palate's getting more refined as time progresses.
I'm saying that this is now drinkable.
No, it's a good dissertation, actually. It makes a lot of sense because I do remember that being very peaty back in the day.
Extremely.
I'll be honest. I'm
Yeah.
surprised to hear what you're saying, because had someone put this in front of me and said, taste this, and then take a guess at what senator would think of it, it would not align with what you just said.
No, that's why I'm stunned.
But I'm
this
saying even what
revelation's
I
very
have
recent.
right here in my hand,
Oh, I'm surprised by
Really?
that.
it's not aligning at all with what you just said.
Honestly,
I'm
this,
surprised.
this to me right now tastes very similar to Kirkland 12.
I think the
don't
Kirkland's
there's a
way
huge
better than this.
I don't
distinction
know.
Between the two.
I would try this with a little club soda.
Yeah, let's do that.
Here's
too.
the thing. I think when this was peaty, you needed that club soda. I don't think you need that here.
Thank you.
But try
Agreed.
try
You don't
this.
need it.
Try one glass neat.
I've
and
had it.
try
Yeah,
the next
we
one with a
will.
little bit of club soda.
I
Yeah.
think
I
the
mean, Poobah, do you agree or
especially
disagree
for
on this?
this.
I
No,
think this is
there-
similar to Kirkland 12.
I
I don't think there's a huge
I
distinction.
think Kirkland's definitely more complex and interesting than this.
I don't know, man. Well, this particular glass, for whatever reason, tastes really good.
Doesn't
Thank
it?
you. That's what I'm
why.
saying.
Dude,
It's
it's-
strange.
It does. It's.
Hold on.
I'm not
It-
just
admit-
capitulating.
Admit something. We can pound this all night long. No doubt.
Yeah, but you're talking to a man who
Could pound anything down.
no, not anything.
Oh!
Hey,
There's the shank.
I resent that implication.
I'm getting T-shirts made with "I resent the
I gotta
implication."
remember that line.
No, I've had a lot of Johnny Walker Black in my life, just because it's been in my dad's liquor cabinet since time immemorial, and it was always in the house, it was always around. You go in, it's in planes, trains,
It's
automobiles.
omnipresent.
It's omnipresent. I mean, it's like everywhere. So I've just drank, and there was a period, we've discussed it before, there was a period of time where like single malt Scotch like wasn't a thing. Where it was a thing, but it wasn't like a big thing. And I drank this back then at the advent of that. I'd mix and match, and before dinner I would have.
This is blended, not single malt.
That's right.
No, I know. I'm saying I understand that. I'm talking before single malt Scotch was like
Gotcha.
popular.
This was it. All you could get.
This was kind of what it was. So that's what I'd have. And so as humans, as creatures of habit. Plus, I was younger at the time, so it wasn't like I was dropping huge amounts of cash on single malt Scotch. I didn't have the money. I'd get a bottle of Johnny Walker Black and just drink it and just be fine with my life.
Now, as much as you've drank this spirit, do you
Yeah.
agree that somehow this tastes better than
This
I
somehow
remember?
tastes better even than the bottle that I've had recently. To be honest with you, I won a bottle in a PBA auction, and it was a 1.75 liter bottle of it.
I bet it was an older bottle.
No, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't as good as this. This happens to be good for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember kind of like struggling through it, like I drank it, but
Gizmo's about to leave, but
it
you're
took
right.
a long time.
I'm just shocked. I'm shocked.
You shocked that we
guys
like
are-
it?
No, I'm just shocked that you guys are praising it to the degree that you are.
Yeah.
I do not think it aligns at all with that.
I don't know.
I think for a $17 bottle, I'm saying,
Kirkland.
the Kirkland you get for $35, it's a 1.75. I think that absolutely knocks this out of the park.
No, but Giz, you got to realize that this is like, the Stella of beer. Or like, it's like how people drink Bud. People drink Stella.
I understand
This
that. I'm
is
not but that-
available everywhere in the
But
world.
that's
It's a staple.
But
It's
what
a
I'm
staple.
saying though is that doesn't make it.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Great.
You don't have to
I mean,
like it.
I'm in Gizmo's boat there, where like I could care less how widely
I just don't
distributed
care.
this
Yeah,
is.
I just don't think it's that great.
For some reason, recently, and I'm not exaggerating. I mean, recently having this in Greece,
He's
and
right.
having this here, something is different.
He's right.
This was never this serviceable in my lifetime.
You know
that I've
what-
drank
Here's the
this.
thing, though. I expect the
I
ratings.
agree, Senator. I
I
agree.
expect the ratings to show serviceable because that's
It will.
exactly what this is.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
It's serviceable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I'm not saying this is a 9 or a 10.
No.
I'm just saying that, on a random day that I'm just looking to pour a scotch of any sort, or I'm at someone's house and they say they have Black Label. Normally, I would have like visually recoiled hearing that they have Black Label,
absolutely.
and been a little frustrated that
Yeah.
that's what they're going to pour me. And if that bottle would drink like this, I would say, oh yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. Like I'll survive. This is
If
not,
we
this
did
is
a
pretty good.
blind taste test of this, I think it would score pretty high
I-
because of how it's tasting tonight.
But
Just
I don't.
tonight in this
here's
room.
what I'll
That's
say,
all I'm
though.
saying.
I have no
That's all I'm
bias.
saying.
I have no bias against this whiskey. I do
Other than
not.
it's not made by Costco.
No. Seriously though,
Yeah.
I don't have any bias against it. I don't have a bad history with it. I haven't had it a lot in my life. I just haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's that great.
Okay.
well, that's fine, but I just can I
I think you need
let
a
me just
sploosh.
let me just like play mediator here. This is not a polarizing. Johnny Walker Black is not a polarizing spirit.
No.
It just is what it is, and it's available in every bar and every restaurant,
Every
and
hotel.
every hotel,
I
and
understand.
everywhere near you. And the brand has a long history. People drink it who I don't know. For me, I've had so much of it in my life. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but it just, here's the thing. You become familiar with something, and you become. I'm looking at Pagoda right now. You become familiar with something, and you become like. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of this stuff. I don't really buy it that often. If I get gifted or at the holidays, someone brings someone to my house. I win it in an auction. I go to my old man's place, whatever. I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I'm good. Like, I'm good with the scotch. Like, it's Johnny Walker Black. Like,
And-
I'm okay. I've had great nights where I got smashed on this stuff. Stumbled through the streets of New York City, went up to the Grand Havana room, had a cigar. It's like 1999. I don't know. I'm okay.
No, but the way I look at
Like,
it
I
is-
don't know. It's like, like, I'm fine with it.
The same, yeah. It's like when I go to a bar and if I'm ordering beer, I'll get a Stella. I know what I'm going to get at any given point in time, anywhere in the world, right? And they are, IPAs, which I like better, and they may be better tasting. But something which you're familiar with, like the word you said, it's
Yeah.
like your old friend. You go, you just order it,
It's
and
a
you know
great-
what you're going to get.
It's a great point.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying
That's
that
it.
the thing I'm surprised at Gizmo's reaction on this, the reason I'm saying this, no exaggeration, in my entire adult life, everywhere I have lived, I have never once, not even right out of college, bought myself a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label. Not once.
Same here. Same
Not
here.
once. I have
always by
drank this
convenience.
countless
Yeah, exactly.
times in hotel rooms,
Or at a gathering.
on a train, on a plane. That's really the only when I have
Yeah.
limited options, and this
Sure.
is it. That's where I've drank it. And what is shocking to me is when I would have to drink it. Normally, I actually would have it with club soda because I found it to be really harsh
And peaty.
and peaty, and not something I could even enjoy on the rocks. For some reason, within the last few years, on the rocks, this is actually not
So,
offensive at
do you-
all.
I'm curious what that story is. Like, I'm assuming you don't know why it changed, or even
Well,
if there's.
it might be when they started putting the
Yeah,
age
I mean,
statement
I'm wondering
on,
if
they
my
my
started using
hypothesis is the age statement
better
definitely
blends.
helped it.
Yeah.
or if they're trying to shoot for the success that Macallans of the world have
Could be.
had,
It could be.
Yeah,
and kind of reach into guys like you and us who
Could
are
be.
purchasing single malt scotch.
Right.
I also want to
right.
say this though. Let's understand, even with single malt scotch, and I think I've said this when we've reviewed Macallan, and I've certainly said this on when we've reviewed Oban. When you're a distillery, you're trying to make a consistent
Yeah.
tasting single malt or regular scotch, blended scotch, every single year you produce it. That is obviously impossible to do perfectly. They're doing the best they can, right? Whether so many different things impact what they're able to produce. There are years where I did not enjoy Macallan 12, where I actively would not buy it. And I'm even talking sherry cask.
Did you
Well,
find
this
there
is
was
years
a
ago?
bite, a bit of a bite,
huge
right?
bite.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ben
I've
knows
noticed
exactly
that.
what I'm talking about.
Just
There
the
was a
bite.
period with Macallan 12 sherry that there was a really aggressive bite and it was not a refined spirit worth its price point, and I stopped buying it.
Yeah.
And I used to judge people that would buy Macallan because the only reason you're buying that is because the brand cachet that it has. Now, fast forward a few years after that point, something changed, and clearly the conditions must have been more favorable, and they were to produce, able to produce that a really premium spirit more consistently. The same thing I mentioned, Oban. And I think Bam and I have had this same conversation. I was obsessed with Oban 14.
Yeah.
It was my favorite single malt Scotch. And then it went through this period for a couple of years where it was harsh. It had no sweet qualities about it. It was just peaty.
I would say that was about 3 years ago for both Macallan and Oban. Roughly 3 years. It was a little hard to drink.
Agree.
Kind of weird.
And I'll never forget, and I give Bam credit because Bam had picked up one time coming over to my place here, had picked up a bottle of Oban 14.
I remember that night.
We'll never forget it.
Bro, we polished off that fucking bottle.
We finished the whole bottle, just the two of us. I didn't even want to drink Oban for years because I was so disappointed with what had happened.
It changed.
And all of a sudden he picks up a bottle and it was perfection. And now if you pick up Oban 14, it's perfect. So all these spirits, they're trying to be as consistent as they can be, but sometimes they've got a rough year or a rough few years and they can't make it the way that they would like to.
He's pointing to a cigar. I want to say one thing. I love this conversation because we're talking about things that are average. This is an average cigar, right? This is an average Scotch, but both are smoking and drinking beautifully tonight, honestly. And I hope the ratings reflect that because there's something to be said about drinkability and smokability.
Right. The cigar is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
I'm totally enjoying it. It's actually, I'd smoke it again. I mean, if it continues and we're about halfway through, no joke. I mean, you guys know me how.
Sorry, we were laughing. We're all not halfway through.
Well, maybe
We're
not
coming into
halfway
the
through.
second, third, maybe.
It's okay, second, third, whatever it is.
Well, I'm more than
I'm
half.
forgetting how long it is, whatever the case may be. But if it continues like this, I'm going to be
Yeah, I'm going to buy some more of these. I think if it continues like
If
this.
it continues like this.
if it continues like this, and you know me, I'll put a cigar. I'll put a cigar down.
Absolutely.
We know.
No intention of doing that here.
Yeah, not
No
yet.
intention of doing it here. And it's in terms of the Scotch, I just like want to temper the dialogue a little in that, like, I think that, at the price point for what it is, it doesn't, going back to something that someone said, it doesn't compete with single malt, really. It's not at that price point. It competes with Chivas.
It's competing with blended scotches.
With blended scotches. And I think that, for what it is, man, shit. You're getting on a plane, you just did a presentation or something, and you're like dragging a fucking suitcase, man. Give me one of these in the rocks.
PowerPoint nightmares.
Hits the fucking spot,
Yeah, to your point, the primary competitor for this is Chivas.
So most of the
two
guys
biggest.
who always, who drink Black Label also love Chivas.
Yeah.
Chivas always was a little bit smoother
Gizmo loves
than
Chivas.
Black Label.
but
Yeah.
less flavorful than Black Label.
Yes,
Right.
Black
You
Label
bastard.
always had a little bit of a bite to it, and Chivas didn't. Chivas was
Not
always,
just about, I'm just saying flavor overall. I mean,
Yeah.
I think most would agree this has more flavor
Yeah.
and body to it than Chivas does.
yeah.
Chivas is
always
smoother,
lighter in color.
Yep.
and
all of that.
And to your point too, I mean, we've talked about that in the past with cigars, mainly Cuban cigars, in periods of inconsistency or low periods in the quality or production of the cigars. But same thing, like you're saying about the master blender sitting there with this blended Scotch trying to make it taste the same each year. It might not be exactly possible each year, and it's the same with cigars. Like
You've noted that on 2017 Cubans.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And Poobah and I disagree on that, but I've just had a bad run with
Oh,
that
boy.
with a bunch of those
Let's
boxes.
get it started. I'll play
what?
mediator this time.
I missed.
I retract my statement.
Sorry, I was watching the Yankees. What did he say?
I said that I've had a bad run with several boxes of cigars that I got from 2017 from Cuba. And I know you disagree with me on that.
Well, I don't disagree. I just haven't had the same experience,
Yeah.
but I just think that's random luck.
Yeah, I've had 4 or 5 boxes of 17 cigars that just did not perform. P2s, Mag 50s, 2 boxes of Mag 50s, and box of D4s as well.
Yeah, anything that's artisanal and handmade, like
Yeah, and I'm not
what we're
critici-
consuming, both the alcohol and the cigar.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that, right?
And it's the same thing now. It's like the stock of cigars coming out 2021
Yeah,
from Cuba are just fantastic.
they're very good.
They're fantastic.
Which is why just load up when that
Yeah.
happens. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of all of this. It's the same in wine, cigars, scotch,
Yep.
any of these naturally made products.
Yeah,
It's
When you like it,
impossible
buy it.
to make the exact same thing every time.
Yeah.
right.
And you know, with this Scotch, by the way, not necessarily Black Label, but I recall, like, really not recently, but like a Scotch and soda is a cocktail. You put a lemon twist in it, and I'm telling you, it's not. It's like an old school. It's an old school drink, but you have a Scotch and soda. I mean, you want to mix it up. I wouldn't do it with this. I'd do it with Chivas.
Yeah, I was gonna
probably.
ask you, what would you pick?
I would do it with. I've had it with Chivas, and you're gonna laugh, but I keep bringing up my dad because my dad drinks Scotch, but he drinks everything. He'll drink everything from single malt to like the most pedestrian Scotch, and he, like, literally he would mix up like a Dewar's and soda, however he made it with the ice and the lemon twist on it. Like, not terrible. Cuddy. I'm talking J&B, like going back like in the day.
That's
and
cool.
I remember just drinking those and just being like,
I've
yeah,
never
you
had that
hang out,
before.
Lemon twist, the Scotch and soda. It's, you know, you're just kind of, it's a little refreshing, and you can, they're not, these are not meant, like, you know, in Goodfellas, he's like, yo, give me a Cuddy and soda, you know, like Joe Pesci, you know, back in the day. That was like a drink that people had. Now Scotch cocktails aren't in vogue anymore, but or Scotch and water. Like I remember just ordering, like, I'll have a Dewar's and water. I mean, it was like a Dewar's and water as a drink, which
That
sounds
was necessary for the doers.
no, I understand, but that's an actual drink that people like would order.
Right.
So
My dad would order occasionally a Scotch and a water.
a Scotch and water, a
when I
Dewar's
was-
and water,
When
Scotch
I was little,
and water.
I would remember that. Yeah.
Scotch and soda.
My
Or
dad-
he'd,
soda.
he'd go water and soda.
My
change
dad
it.
loves Manhattans and very specifically requires it to be Canadian Club whiskey.
Nice. I
in
like
his
this.
Manhattan.
I like the specificity of that.
I've had Canadian Club
He
nights.
loves Canadian Club.
Yeah, that was
It only
huge
comes
back in
in.
the day.
It only
It's 7
comes in
and
plastic
7.
jugs. That's
Seven,
it.
seven.
There's no
7 and
glass.
7.
Yeah, 7-7.
John Travolta, he walks into the disco. Like, go give me a 7 and 7.
Is he shaking his head like that?
Like that. He's shaking his head. I
he's
got a
doing
7
the
and
bop.
7. And then he takes. You guys know what a Travolta slice is?
No.
All right. Remember Saturday? You guys are too fucking young.
I've
love the
seen the
Bee Gees,
movie.
dude.
Remember Saturday?
I know the
I
movie.
love the Bee Gees. You know I've
All right,
seen it.
Saturday Night Fever, right? When he's walking down the street, he goes, "Yo, give me 2 slices." And he's
Two,
walking
give
down
me
the street.
two.
Yo, give me 2 slices, and he takes the he's like got it on the paper plate, and he puts 1 slice on top of the other. That's what. If you're walking down the street in New York City, you get 2 slices, put them on top of each other, you eat it like that. That's a Travolta slice.
I'm gonna do
Two,
that.
give me 2.
I gotta fucking do that.
That's the move.
Back when you could walk down the street in New York City and eat and not get your head chopped off.
Let's
by
not go in that
somebody.
direction, okay?
Why?
Oh man.
This is pre-hatchet.
The pre-days before you got
Pre-hatchet.
hatcheted in the middle of the city.
You know, we should look this up. Black Label might be the most consumed.
It is.
It is.
I think
Blended,
whiskey in the
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
just even all whiskey
That's what
in
I'm.
the world.
That's
Right.
kind of where I'm going, because it shouldn't be polarizing. It's.
I mean,
it's
the
not.
whole world
It's
can't
everywhere.
be wrong.
Yeah, it's true. It's everywhere.
It's been around. It's been around since 1860.
Is that right?
The square bottle. Johnny Walker invented it in 1860. Or I guess his son actually. He died in 1857. His son invented that so that it would take up less space on the shelf, and it was less prone to being smashed. So that square bottle has been around for 150 years.
I mean, I also have to say, Poobah will appreciate this as a marketing guy. I think Johnny Walker historically has had some of the best marketing of any spirit brand or company in history. That they call the striding man, the guy, you know, walking, you see on all the bottles. I remember, you know, when I was young, I guess, 18, 21, and I'm starting to get into stuff like this. And they had a striding man society that Johnny Walker had created. It was like this whole thing. They'd send you like all this custom stuff. Like the branding was wonderful.
Wow.
Wonderful in a way that, I think Chivas obviously competes very, very well against Johnny Walker, but I don't think Chivas has that same brand cachet that Johnny Walker does.
No.
I think I remember. I'll tell you, anytime I've opened a magazine or Departures when you're on the plane or a Cigar Aficionado, that advertisement is always memorable.
Yeah.
The Johnny Walker advertisement.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah,
The branding's
it's very
iconic.
memorable.
They stuck with the branding. They stuck with the icon. Iconography. They stuck with the topography generally. They stuck to their guns, and they spend. I mean, they spend. But and back to the point you guys made before, it's maybe the most widely consumed whiskey.
It
in the
definitely
world.
is. It's number one by a lot.
Can
I
we
think.
pass the bottle? I'm ready for a second.
There we go.
Yeah.
So while we're doing that, Bam, we're coming on the halfway point here
It's
of the Hemingway signature. I am shocked.
It's very, very good.
It's changed a little bit, and it's really good.
Yeah. Staying good.
I'm
Yeah.
getting a little bit of a harshness on my tongue. I don't know if you get that. Like
Not yet.
kind of on the
haven't gotten
tip
any
of the
harshness.
tongue.
Wow.
Not yet.
Slight. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Primitive
It's building
palate.
and it's
I guess
building.
Never for the connoisseur corner. That was a joke.
Bam just got cut out of the next
Oh
pre-embargo.
yeah, look at he's hedging. He's trying to fix it now.
For the listener, that was a joke.
This is really pleasant for $10.
I am shocked.
Yeah.
I really did not like that Maduro short story that I had, and it really scarred me just for this entire line. I never understood how this was so popular, but this is so pleasant. I mean, I have
Fuentes.
nothing offensive.
Fuentes does not make a good Maduro, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That could be it.
You
it
know.
could be.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm having this neat.
Can you send that back? Can I try it neat, please?
It's a must try.
I want to try it without ice because I feel like my opinion is in the minority here tonight,
This is
and I want to try it neat.
It may be a
Dude.
new tequila.
It's just.
You're gonna hear this.
I
in
do.
every-
Walker
Guys,
Platinum, man.
I have the bottle in my hand. Going back to what we were just talking about.
What the hell?
I love this bottle. The label, the
Even
topography.
the shape of it, it's
Yeah.
so iconic and
is.
unique.
Classic.
You
The
look at-
label goes up on a slant like
Yeah,
that.
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's neat.
it's very cool.
It's totally neat.
I recommend trying it neat
All
after
right,
the
so
after your
Bam
first
is
glass.
not wrong. I would never, ever have drank Johnny Walker Black neat.
Same.
It's smooth. It's not aggressive like I remembered it in years past.
I'm gonna try it right now. Here, Poobah.
And you know what I love about it? Because it's so available, I love how Poobah just poured it in his glass. He just turned it over, poured a whole bunch in. It's fucking great.
yeah.
I mean, there's no, pretentiousness about it. He just pour it in and drink. It's great.
It's totally fine. I don't know.
It's much better without ice.
Right?
All right,
Much
well, that's
better.
good.
There you go.
Okay, I'm glad we did that.
Oh,
It's much better without ice.
shocking.
Not far from Kirkland. That was my
Now,
only point.
now I will stand by my statement. I truly believe that if we did a blind taste of Kirkland in this,
I think we
which
should
I
do
know.
that.
I'm gonna do
here
it
we
right
go.
now. I have a bottle of Kirkland.
It's not blind, it's not blind
Oh
though.
no, we're doing the Pepsi
Oh
challenge.
no, I'm gonna blind it. I'm gonna blind it.
I love this.
I love this.
Very necessary.
Wow, Gizmo's getting worked over.
Dude, Senator's like on a prowl right now. Look at him.
Look at him. Look at him.
I've never seen Garcon move like this.
No.
Everyone's gonna have to do it.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going to be blind then?
I'm the only one who's gonna know I won't participate.
Wow. Let's make some room.
Yeah, boys, close your eyes.
Oh, we're closing eyes.
Are we? We're on the honor system,
All
gentlemen.
right, we could close our eyes. We could do that.
I'm just getting the cups out.
Well, I have this. I'm good here now.
He's gonna cover the bottles.
Oh.
Should we close our eyes or what?
You don't have to. I'm gonna pour up here.
Oh.
Aha,
See, this
no
is
look.
Senator's
Look at
very
Poobah.
intelligent. This
Look at
guy.
this. No look. No
This
look.
senator guy is very intelligent.
don't
Don't look.
No look.
So the one on
Pagoda.
the left.
The Pepsi challenge.
He's like, I scored 1550 on my SAT. I know exactly how to run this experiment.
We need the black label for him.
Okay, stand by.
I'm staring at the carpet.
Okay.
So our first blind liquor tasting on the pod tonight.
Inspired by Gizmo.
Inspired by my
Johnny Ocean, the salt.
Johnny Drama.
Johnny Drama with the salt, like making Johnny Walker Black into something controversial.
Wasn't that a great show?
It's lunacy.
What show was that Johnny Drama was on? HBO. Oh,
Entourage.
I love that
Oh,
one.
Entourage.
Oh, that was a
Great
great
character,
fucking
huh?
show. Huh?
That guy Jeremy Piven was funny.
Dude, he
Who's
was.
the other
Yeah.
dude that was so funny on that?
The main
Lloyd. His assistant Lloyd is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, funny show.
Great show.
They don't make television like that anymore.
Nope. Piven's wife on that show was smoking.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Fantastic.
Oh. Oh. No doubt.
Is the wife's name Sloan?
I guess so. I don't remember.
Or wait, was that
No,
was
no,
that
no.
Turtle's
Sloan.
girlfriend?
No, Sloan.
was
Sloan,
the
I
girl-
feel like is a hot chick's name.
yeah,
Kinda hot.
Sloan was the
Like unlike Beth.
But
it
Piven's,
Turtle?
Piven's
Turtle's
character's
girlfriend?
wife was
not Turtle.
oh,
The main character's
smoking.
Adrian
Sloan.
Grenier.
You know, they had marriage troubles, those two.
Right.
Yeah, she was beautiful.
Remember Sloan from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? She was a smoke show.
Oh my God, don't get me fucking started. I love her.
She was a smoke show. I don't know what
Where she is now.
my son
Bam,
lo-
Bam, how
my
many
son
days
my
did you
son
call outside?
loves that movie.
My son, so they had a screening at my son's high school for the entire student body.
Really.
Isn't that cool?
That is so great.
That's kind of cool.
That is so great. There's a line from the movie. He actually made me a Father's Day card, and he did these illustrations. And by the way, on the back is he drew Judd Nelson when he walks off the field for the Breakfast Club with his
Yeah.
fist in the air. Because I indoctrinated.
What'd you
I
say? Okay. Okay.
I indoctrinated my son into
Poobah
John,
Jr..
Yes, Poobah Jr. into John Hughes movies. I made him watch everything. I made him watch Ferris Bueller.
It
I made him
teaches-
watch 16 Candles, Breakfast Club.
You know what it does, man? It teaches kids that life is a lot of fun. It just breaks down the pretentiousness of life
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. So I made him watch all the John Hughes movies, and he loves them.
They're awesome.
And he just loves them. You know, he dropped dead of a heart attack at like 51
I didn't know that.
or something, just
I'm
walking
fucking
down
51.
just walking down the street in New York City.
Jesus.
And he made all those great movies, man. He made a lot of great movies.
You know who else just died? Tony Siragusa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Goose.
That's sad.
New Jersey guy.
Loved
Yeah.
him.
Tom
Jersey
River.
guy.
Dude, on the
owned,
sideline, he
owned
was awesome.
Tiffs.
Tiffs. Yeah.
You know he's a state champion wrestler, right?
Yep.
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 All right, here we go.
Thank you, Senator.
Let's get back into it.
Here we go.
Okay, so Garcon has given all of us 2 glasses of unknown spirits. Okay,
Well, are these the two? Are these the two?
don't touch them.
Don't move them because I know which is which, so don't move them.
Okay.
You know he's got a
There's
photographic
not much
memory,
in
right?
one of them. In one of them, there's not. Oh, yes, there is.
This is kind of
It's not a
exciting.
gi-
I
it's
can
not a
tell by the
gizmo
color which
core.
one is which anyway.
All right.
You'll be surprised.
Here we go.
Okay, are we ready? All right. So, which one are we supposed to try first, Garcon? Tell us. Give us the instructions on ours. Blind tasting tonight.
Okay, so everyone try the glass that's on the right first.
Okay.
So I don't have. I have forward or backward. Which one? I think this.
That one, right?
Oh, hold on. Backward first for you, Ben.
So this one here, right? Okay, very good.
Which
Okay.
one do I try?
The one on the right.
This
No,
one.
no, no. That's the left. That's the right. There you go.
Your other right.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Kirkland.
That's Kirkland all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kirkland all day.
Kirkland, 100%.
No
That's
doubt about
Kirkland.
it. I knew it on the nose.
Senator.
Gonna
That's
go to the
pretty
left.
fucking good,
I'm gonna go
actually.
to the left now.
No, are we doing the left
Now
already?
we do the left. Yeah,
we do
you
the
got to
left.
try both. That's the only way to do this.
Oh my God, so close. Gizmo, they're
close,
so
but this
fucking
is the
close.
Johnny
Come
Walker
on,
Black.
Giz.
They're
can you-
pretty close, but I.
Dude,
That's
They're
all I
pretty close.
wanted. That's all I wanted.
Okay, they're pretty close.
they're
That's
almost
all
like,
I wanted.
The second one was the black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the first one better. But you're not wrong. They're very close.
They're
all
very
I wanted
close.
to prove was that they're close. I'm
Yeah.
fine if you like the Kirkland more. That's
I
perfectly
love
reasonable.
I
The
love
Kirk-
this experiment.
But the Kirkland's better.
I don't know about that.
No,
They're
I
both
think so.
good. They're both good.
So hang
No,
on,
I
we're going to
think-
go around, and I'm just going to say the first or the second. Which did you like more, the first or the second?
Honestly, they're both great to me. I can't choose because they're almost identical for me.
Okay, so a tie for you.
Yeah.
All right, Pagoda, first or second?
the second.
Second. Poobah, first or second?
Let me try again.
I just want to Kirkland.
I'm glad we did this.
This is great.
And that's clearly the Kirkland. Okay, so to be honest, all right, it just depends on what you want. Like the black label is more scotchy scotch, as what's his name would say, Ron Burgundy. Scotchy scotch. It's more scotchy. It's more scotchy scotch. The Kirkland is a little sweeter and a little bit, actually a little lighter and a little fruitier. So that's my assessment. I mean, I like them both.
All right,
Tie.
so would you give it a tie then?
I give it a tie.
My
All
man.
right, so 2 ties. We have 1 for the second and Giz.
I think they're very close. I can't.
Look at him.
No. I'm
You don't
being
know
very
which one it
honest.
is.
He's
I'm
grappling right now.
No. I'm being totally honest. They're very close. You're not wrong. You're not wrong with
Thank
that.
you.
They're very close. But I think there is an edge to the Kirkland. There is a touch of something, and especially on the nose. I could smell it on the nose. I knew. I just thought. I think it's a better Scotch.
Wow. Okay.
I think the finish.
But I
is
think that
different.
listen,
I-
that was a very fair experiment. That was a
Thank
very
you.
fair experiment. I can't take that away.
All I wanted to prove, I actually, if I was forced to split the tie, I think I would give the edge to Kirkland. But
Yeah.
all I wanted to prove was, I think before you thought they were worlds apart.
No, you're
and I
right.
think doing this, you now see they're
That's right.
really.
So here's the
close.
thing
There's
that I
some-
will say. Can I say one thing?
Please.
This is a defense.
Please.
The ice in the Johnny Walker threw it completely off for me. Whereas when I had it neat, as Bam recommended, with the second glass, neat the Johnny Walker was way better for me than it was with 2 cubes of ice.
Yeah, and the same thing could have happened with the Kirkland.
It's
in
quite
fairness. We
Totally,
don't
but
know, so
I
that's
do
why.
like the Kirkland with ice.
Quite
we didn't
good.
do that tonight, but that's not the. That's
You,
not what
you
we're
guys
discussing.
have to try the black label with
The
little
sploosh.
club soda.
Now, I had that for the first time at our
I mean,
restaurateur's
it's
apartment.
got to be done, man. You got to try
It's
it. with it.
actually pretty good.
Do it with the lemon twist.
That'd be cool.
I love lemon.
That'd be cool.
Big
Was it-
lemon
oh,
guy.
we
So
know.
I did pour some club soda in the other one.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what's really interesting in this, and Senator may be right about this particular black soda that we're drinking today. There's something to it that it was tasting very, very good without that harshness. You know how you would get the bite in
Yeah.
the thing? And I think what the club soda did was typically just brighten it up a little bit and made it like a little more effervescent, a little, if you like that kind of thing, you kind of recognize the taste of the soda into. I think today the soda didn't do that much more for me, and maybe it's also the pour. Typically we pour black label, king size, and then we
Healthy-
throw
healthy
yeah,
pour.
healthy pours.
Patiala peg.
Yeah.
a big-
And then we throw very little soda.
Yeah, a big gulp of
Or-
Johnny Black.
Yeah, or as Johnny Depp would say, a mega pint.
In India, we call it the Patiala peg.
Patiala pig.
I thought that was funny. The Johnny Depp trial. They go, wouldn't you call that? You said you call that a mega pint of red wine, and he was like, "Yes, sure."
Yes, sure.
I had a big glass of wine.
I had a big glass of wine. Mega pint.
It's great. The clips are amazing. I heard that he got a deal for Pirates of the Caribbean, $300 million. He's coming back.
Good. I'm glad.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's a rumor.
I'm glad.
It's
I
coming
really
back.
want him to do Shantaram. I wish he does that.
Can you believe this woman, Amber Heard, is gonna lose her goddamn mind if she gets
She
a
is.
contract?
He got it.
Pirates of Capricorn.
It's coming. It's coming.
And she has to pay him.
She's appealing the whole thing, which is lunacy.
I think she's going to be taking a dump on the bed for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, talk about shitting the bed.
Oh, shit.
Literally.
Literally.
I don't want to lay down and do
In
it.
every
I
way.
want to sit down and do it.
She should have taken her $7 million divorce settlement, pocketed it, not lied about pledging it to whoever, and just moved on with her goddamn life.
I know, and moved
She'd
on
be
to a
way
different
better
actor.
off.
I'm going to say.
Yeah.
She never wrote that article, so it never would have happened. So, what are you guys thinking about the Hemingway signature right now?
Impressed.
I'm pretty
I
impressed.
am really shocked.
Yeah.
It's
good
really
cigar.
good.
Real good cigar.
Really
This
good.
whole night has been shocking for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I-
talk. Go ahead.
I would have been as bullish as you earlier about like Kirkland is the only serviceable budget Scotch for me prior to having this, and I'm not sure what's going on, but right now, if someone had, a bottle of Black Label, I would drink it. Where before I just would have categorically turned it down. And
Right.
this cigar, I also would have categorically said no thanks, and I would smoke this again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sure.
100%.
Ah,
Purchase worthy.
absolutely. Speaking of things underrated, or underappreciated over the weekend, and speaking about New York City, the pushcart hot dog. So I'd also
He's so passionate
This is
about
his
it.
dream.
He doesn't even tee it up.
That's
he
your
just write
dream.
it.
no talking. Well, if we want to talk
it.
about things
I love
somewhat,
it.
if we're going to talk about some topics that are somewhat, I don't know.
We're in the heat.
Whatever,
We're in
every
the dead
day.
of summer.
To his
So.
credit,
everyday
I
stuff.
give him an A for the transition.
Oh, it's no. I'm not. I love the trend. I love it.
Honestly, I'm passionate about hot dogs, so go ahead. I got
All right,
plenty
so,
to say.
So I love a grilled hot dog, and we're from the Northeast here, and particularly New Jersey. I mean, hot dogs are a thing here. Hot dogs.
We have good hot dogs.
the Texas wiener, the deep fried hot dog.
I mean,
with
the hot dog
chili.
eating contest happens not far from us.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's
That's
correct.
right.
Over
That's
in
right.
Coney Island. So hot dogs are a thing. I mean, the New York City hot dog anyway. So over the weekend, it was super hot, I guess, on Saturday. And I was like, at the thought of standing in front of a grill, and I got a buddy of mine, a fraternity brother of mine, who's always like, dude, grilled hot dogs suck. I boil my hot dogs. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. See, everybody's shaking their head. Just hear me out.
Disavow.
Just hear me out. So there's something, it's overlooked. I'm not saying for every time. There's certain hot dogs that do great in the grill, like a Thuman's in the white package
Yeah,
that are beef and pork, which
Yeah.
is one of the greatest hot dogs you'll ever eat.
absolutely.
In the casing, that hot dog is meant to be grilled, period. Okay? It should only be cooked in the grill.
Nice snap to it.
It's got a nice snap to it. They're a little bit thicker, and they're a beef and pork blend.
I'm getting hungry.
Now, in the supermarket section, they have what they call Thuman's pushcart dogs.
Mhm.
These are all beef hot dogs, and they're kind of thinner,
A little thinner. Yep.
right? You boil. So my kids aren't really that into grilled hot dogs because of they're kids. I boiled some hot dogs and I put the sabret onions on it with just mustard. Those sabret onions out of the thing on just like a bun. Like you steam the bun a little bit, and you're like, I have to tell you,
It's fucking
it's
awesome.
so gentle. Like it just goes down like a Tic Tac. It's so good. It's so gentle on the body. You just
fucking love
gobble it right down.
It's true.
And just
Very fucking true.
some of the sabret onions on there with the mustard.
Yeah. It's got to be brown mustard
It can be brown mustard
or the ultra yellow mustard.
or just the French's yellow mustard.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
it sounds so basic, but boiling a hot dog, and then you put them on the burner and they can sit there for half an hour or so. People can go in and get basically what they call a dirty water dog in New York City. I have to tell you, they're pretty good. You shouldn't overlook it. I'm not saying that it's the best thing to do all the time, but from time to time, they hit the spot like no other dog. Now, is it as good as a deep fried dog from Rutt's Hut or
No.
from Hot Grill or from Johnny and Hangie's
Or Hiram's.
Hiram's, or is it that? No. I mean, no. I'm not saying that. That Rutt's Hut makes maybe the best hot dog in New Jersey. I'm just saying, boiling a hot dog with the right type of dog, like a pushcart style dog, a sabret, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So for the listener out there, if it's really hot out and you want to whip up something quick for the kids, boiling a hot dog is underrated.
It is.
So
That's all I'm saying.
Quick
I agree.
question: as not the hot dog connoisseur of the lizards, a pushcart hot dog, New York is obviously well known for.
Right.
Dime a dozen, can find them on every street corner.
Right.
You mentioned Rutt's Hut and Hot Grill and some of the others that have it's like a deep fried hot dog.
Right. A ripper.
They call them Texas wieners
Yes.
somewhere.
That's
Yes,
true.
So
they do.
is that really popular in in Texas? Do they
Oh,
deep fry these?
No,
I'm
I
just
don't
curious.
think.
I doubt they started here.
I think it has to do with I just think it has to do with the fact that they put when you say I want one all the way,
With
and
chili.
they put chili,
Chili,
and they put
mustard.
the chili and the mustard and the onions on top.
Yep.
And that's
That's a Hangy special right
a
there.
Johnny. Well, yeah, it's like Johnny and Angie's.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like hot grill.
That's right.
The hot grill, the chili sauce. So I think it comes
Love
from the
that
chili.
place.
They call it Texas wieners
Okay.
because it's
Oh,
there's
I
chili.
see.
They're
Now-
chili dogs. You know.
Now, Gizmo loves the Costco dog.
I love the Costco dog.
Aren't those boiled?
I think they are.
Yeah.
They're $1.50 for a hot dog,
Don't
and it's
they
like
rotate on a thing? I don't think they're boiled.
I don't know. I'm
I
not.
thought they were boiled.
I'm not
I think
sure.
they're, yeah, on that rotisserie.
I don't
Yeah.
know. All I know. Here's what I know.
They're
is
near the
it's
golf. They're near the
$1.50.
golf balls.
They're
It's
like
like a 7-Eleven.
they're like 18 inches long. The bun is amazing, and it comes with a soda for $1.50.
That's great.
What's the ring gauge?
Probably a 60. Probably a 60.
Nice.
I love
fat
this. You know what
dog.
other brand I
They're a
like?
fat dog. Ooh,
They're like 60, but they're big. They're
Look
big.
at-
ones.
look at
not into
Poobah.
the fat dog.
No, they're not that fat. They're-
His face was just
Yeah,
cringing.
it's
for
not
the
like
listener.
it's not like
cringe.
a sabret. Sabret.
You know what other brand I like, Poobah? I'm curious what your opinion is.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Dietz and Watson?
I've
Oh
heard.
well, those are
That's-
really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Those got to be in a grill though.
That's a great. Yeah, you can't boil.
Got to
those.
grill those.
Yeah, those are a grilled. Those are a pork and beef.
What
blend.
about Nathan's?
Love Nathan's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Love a Nathan's hot dog on
Have you-
on the flat top.
Now at home, you're lazy. Have you ever pan fried a hot dog?
Sure,
I have.
sure.
So
Yeah.
my son and I, when the wife,
That's
and,
like kind of how Nathan's does it. They do it on
yeah,
flat
you know,
top.
when a
It's
wife's
not
out
bad.
and there's hot dogs,
Yeah.
I'm like, Bam Junior, let's go. We're gonna have some hot dogs. We fry up a couple hot dogs, sit there at the table, have that.
Let me tell you, Poobah Jr. He I get a can of Hormel chili, he'll destroy that on
Oh,
top
that's-
of a dog.
I've never tried that. That's a great idea.
I'm not
You
a
know,
chili guy.
I
Don't like
love
the
chili on
No
dogs.
beans, no beans.
No. Chili on dogs, great. Love it.
I'm a mustard and onion only.
I like that too.
Remember a chain called Callahan's?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
They opened one up-
Green and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be one on Route 46.
Right.
Yeah. They made a good
Little
hot dog.
ferry.
Back in the day.
They made a good hot dog. But anyway, the boiled dog, I think the pushcart style dog is underrated.
Mm-hmm.
It's gentle and it's good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Practical question.
Yeah.
When you open Poobah's News, are you
Yeah.
going to have hot dogs there? You've mentioned lottery,
Sure.
tobacco,
Newspapers,
newspapers,
Gyros.
acid
No,
cigars.
Yeah, no gyros. That's a lot of prep. You got to
That's a lot of work.
Tomatoes,
Yeah, that's a lot of
cucumbers,
work.
That's a
garlic,
lot of work.
lemon. You got to make.
Can I
tzatziki,
walk
forget
in
it.
there? Can I walk in there at 9 in the morning and get a glizzy dog?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, I'd buy
Get a
one of
what
those.
dog?
Glizzy, that's another name for a hot dog, a glizzy.
I'd buy the
Where,
roll.
where do they say that?
The
That
kids
ain't-
say that. It's a term.
Kids.
Ah, glizzy.
Has
Glizzy.
anyone else heard? Am I the only
No,
one
this
that's
is
never
some
heard
kind of
this?
Never heard of it.
Pennsylvania thing.
I've never
He's
heard of
from out in the sticks. in western
Gizmo's
Pennsylvania.
Gizmo's an outsider.
It's the teenagers in my home.
Yeah.
Sure, put them on the rollers. Why not?
All right,
Revenue.
good.
I can picture Senator with some caviar on the dog.
I was about to say that.
Little
No,
Paul
look,
Roger.
the funny thing is, so someone who's a socialite in New York and LA and whose taste in caviar I generally respect is obsessed with the Costco hot dog.
Whoever this
And
person
so-
is a genius.
When
Genius.
Gizmo said this, I mean, primitive palate. I
Uh-oh.
take it as far as I can.
I love how sometimes it's refined,
It's
and then sometimes it goes back to primitive.
well,
when was it
only
refined?
only when it's convenient.
The guy eats salad in his car.
I do.
But when I
takes
saw
skill.
this, I said, "There's something about this Costco hot dog."
Let me tell you something. The Costco stock price went down when it was rumored that they were going to raise the price of the Costco hot dog combo, and the CEO had to come out
What?
and issue a press release saying
That's true.
we are never going to raise that price, to the point that the founder of Costco, when he hired the new CEO, when he stepped down, he said, "I will fire you
Yeah.
if you ever raise the price of the Costco hot
That
dog."
creates nostalgia with the brand, doesn't
That's
it?
everything.
Yeah.
You
Wow,
understand
must be a
that
good hot
Rooster orchestrated all
I
of
know
this as
this.
the
I
largest
know this.
Costco shareholder.
I think he is.
He very well may be.
I think we think he owns part of it, actually.
He probably does.
Sure
At
wish
the
I
last
did.
shareholder meeting, he initiated a proxy fight or something.
Forcing the price of hot dogs to go up.
Succession Roy style.
You're not a killer. You got to be a killer.
It is summer, and hot dogs are America. They are baseball. They remind me of the ball, like the ball
Yeah.
field, the boiled dog. They're good. They're so
Yeah.
gentle.
They're awesome.
They're gentle.
They're awesome.
Just try it.
They're
Oh,
fantastic.
And for all you vegan fans out there, try the Beyond Sausage.
yeah, it's good. Actually,
Fantastic.
I admit that's pretty good, Poobah. You got to give it a shot.
Very good.
And
Well, that's
the
a huge
reason
population there.
why.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, okay, but
Be democratic with your choices. That's all
okay,
I'm saying.
all right. I mean, I'm not judging, but I mean,
We'll have to do a blind test of.
Well, I want to try that soy ball for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
that
God.
big round
Oh,
ball.
Jesus.
All right, Bam Bam.
the
That's
turkey. The turkey.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, boys. Are you guys ready to do the formal liquor rating on the
Yeah.
Johnny Walker Black?
Yep.
All right, Bam, you're up. Let's do this.
I think my rating will be a little controversial. I'm going to give it an 8 because it's so drinkable and I'm enjoying it. There's a little sweetness there. It goes great with the cigar. I'm giving it an 8.
Okay, Pagoda.
I just have to go to 9 because if Bam's an 8, it's a 9 for me.
Okay. We'll talk later.
Fine, I love it.
We will
Senator.
talk later.
All right, I have to balance this out a little bit. I'm very pleasantly surprised. If this were 2 years ago, this could not possibly earn higher than a 5 for me. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I'm also going to give it a 7.
Okay.
That's kind of where I've been. I was at a 6 with ice cubes. With neat, absolutely a 7.
It's a
Poobah.
7. It's a 7. It's a
It's a
7.
seven.
For me. It's a 7.
All right, boys. The formal liquor rating on Johnny Walker Black is a 7.6.
Respectable.
That's a good
Perfect.
score.
Perfect score for
Respectable.
that. 75 all day.
There's something to be said about
That
a
was fun.
very, very drinkable scotch or whiskey, I should say. Very drinkable.
It was for $35.
Ah, there's so many factors that are in its favor.
I agree. And anything over a 7, I would drink or smoke again.
Yeah,
And
it's a good recommend.
it's deserving of that. I'm shocked, but it's
The only thing
drinkable.
for me is it gets a little dangerous, like drinking it neat, which is certainly how I prefer it tonight.
Oh, it goes
That's
down.
just, yeah, I mean, that's just dangerous. It just
Well,
goes.
we
I'm on
know
my-
we know how dangerous this can be for you. we
Well,
have
I guess
there's no
Considering what
shivers in the
happened
room.
to
So.
Shivas 18.
I guess I teed myself up for that.
Yes.
All right, boys, we're coming to the end here of the Arturo Fuente Hemingway signature Figurado. What are your closing thoughts before we vote on this thing?
I don't know. I enjoyed the first third of that stick, but towards the end, it got a little harsh for me, to tell you the truth.
really.
No,
Yeah, a
I
little
am.
bit.
I am not
I-
getting any harshness at all.
Yeah,
Are
mine's
you,
not harsh.
Are you done? How just how much? I'm wondering if you smoked this faster than.
Yeah, he blew through it.
Well, he's
yeah,
where.
wow, you wow.
Well, I'm
Yours
kind
is
of.
usually
I'm
last.
kind of where he is. You're a little ahead of me, but not
I'm-
a
you mean
single
behind.
behind.
Yeah.
No harshness for me at all.
Yeah, a
Unusual.
little bit of harshness. I mean, I said it earlier, like on the kind of like the
Mm.
tip of the tongue. I was getting it was getting. I don't know. Maybe I did smoke it a little too fast, but the first third was really good. On the
Yeah.
light, it was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
So, you want me to rate it?
Yeah, any other thoughts? Pagoda, what do you think of it before we rate it?
Yeah, it's somewhat unraveled. Maybe because I did the guest card. I'm not sure, but
The shag.
Fucking Ricochet, man.
What the hell?
No, just overall, I did really enjoy the first half, actually, even all the way up. I think, and then it felt like for a moment there, I felt like I wasn't getting a lot of flavors anymore, and I don't know why that was. Maybe we're drinking a lot of scotch suddenly, but yeah, overall, a very pleasant experience.
Yeah. All right. Poobah, what did you think before we rate
Yeah,
this thing?
it was a pleasurable cigar for me. Down the stretch, not so much, but good for me. It was good.
I was
It was good.
pleasantly
Yeah,
surprised.
it was-
Me too. I
smokable,
mean, I'm
you
not
know?
saying it was, but
Yeah, it wasn't
it
bad.
wasn't bad.
It wasn't great.
I'll
It
be
wasn't
honest.
great.
I'll be honest.
but it wasn't bad at all. I mean, I'd smoke it again.
Giz,
Yep.
go.
Let's go.
No, I want to hear what you're going to say.
Oh no, I'm just saying that honestly, coming in here tonight, knowing we were going to do this cigar, did not expect. We said this previously about another New World, the Oliva V Churchill. I didn't expect to enjoy it to this degree.
Now you're down to about an inch.
Yeah,
How you
still
fe-
enjoying it. Like I'm not going to put this down yet.
Yeah.
The thing that surprised me most, even we've talked about a guest humidor on many episodes. Prior to tonight, I never would stock this in a guest humidor. I
Yeah.
know that so many people say this is a popular cigar, all that. I will not hand this out at my house. That's not going to happen. having this tonight, yeah, I would give this to
Yep.
other people who say, I have an occasional cigar. I'm not a big cigar smoker. I think they would love this cigar.
And,
I agree.
And you would smoke it with them.
I would, and
It's
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Pleasurable. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this cigar kind of makes me want to go back to the short story again, like just to try that.
I'll bring the box in.
To see,
We'll have 'em.
yeah, just to compare.
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's a 7 for me.
I'm in the same boat as well. 7 right here.
This is easy. Another 7.
Okay. Pagoda.
7. Sure.
I'm going 8. I think there's a merit to a very smokable cigar that you can take down to the end for a New World. 8.
Okay.
Sorry, remind me the price point of this again.
10 bucks.
And
10 bucks, Senator.
Jeez.
I mean,
Good-
there's a
good.
lot of factors in its
it's
favor.
good value.
There's a
Box is
lot
like
of factors in its
245,
favor.
240.
You can change your rating. We haven't scored
No,
it
I
yet.
know. No, I think it's still a 7 because
Okay.
the challenge with this, if I were to give this an 8, which is what I'm obviously calculating in my head,
You're
an
comparing.
8 would be no,
Don't
no,
compare.
No, it's not comparing. I mean, yeah, that's a factor of it. There's no question. But the point is, this would be an 8 if I if I preferred a solidly medium cigar with not too much flavor. And so for my palate, I know I would want a little bit even more out of this. That's what would get it an 8. Like I think we've had, the El Senador from
Yeah.
EP Carrillo or
The aging room.
Yeah,
aging room,
both scored higher.
Quattro
Yeah.
Robusto. Those would get an 8 from me. So the reason I'm just having a hard time with this is for I think a lot of people this would be an 8, but for my palate, I've got to give
Yeah,
it a 7.
I mean, to me, this cigar started out great, but the last third got a little flat for me.
I'm just surprised because I'm getting the same
flavors-
flavor.
I'm enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. The consistency was all the way through.
Yeah, I'm not having the experience that Rooster
Yeah.
had.
What's
I
our-
mean, what's interesting to me, I find that these budget cigars, the reason why I gave this a 7 is this just doesn't tickle my fancy like a Nicaraguan
it's
budget
still a
does.
7 is a good recommend.
No, it's totally. I'm
Yeah,
not knocking it. The
absolutely.
reason why I didn't give it an 8 or a 9 is I think I just prefer the Nicaraguan flavor profile like that we got in the aging room
Sure.
or we got in the EP Carrillo. I just think I want that more than I do this. But for what this is, it was perfectly fine.
What's
I
our?
agree, and that's really just that represents our palate.
Yep.
Where why I was going back and forth is I think for someone who doesn't want as robust a cigar as a Nicaraguan,
Yep.
they would really love this and
Yeah.
probably give this an 8.
And that's why I love.
right.
So the versatility of it, the cost of it, the consistency of it. There's a lot going for it.
It belongs in a. I'm sorry. It does belong in a guest humidor.
Agreed.
It does.
I agreed.
yeah.
By the way,
It's got a
at the price point, can you expect it to go beyond 7 or 8?
No.
No. So I mean, I think-
yes, you can.
Yeah, the Nicaraguans were that we're talking about.
The El
Oh, the El Senador
Senador
was much higher.
and
7
that
or
was
8
a
That's
$10
exactly right.
it was
Cazadores?
Yeah.
$8 to $10
I mean, the
cigar.
Petite Cazadores. the
That was
Tatuaje.
very high.
Yeah, I didn't rate that cigar very high.
Right.
So
Yeah, he
we
didn't
know
like
that.
Yeah, because
I
I,
didn't
think,
like that cigar.
maybe,
So
maybe because of the size.
So
I
before,
just didn't like the cigar. I mean,
Gizmo,
I-
what's our composite rating?
It's a 7.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Decent.
That's
good-
still a soft
great.
recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
decent recommend.
Absolutely. And I think it's very fair for this, all
I
things
agree.
considered.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good smoke. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a good cigar. And,
Yeah.
I'd smoke it again.
Yeah.
It's I think solid recommend.
The things I
Absolutely.
take away from this cigar that I really appreciated, it was never harsh all the way through for me. Not once, which I was worried about given my prior experience with the Maduro version of this. And I really like this nutty flavor that I got all the
Yeah.
way through.
Yep.
So pleasant.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the Cameroon wrapper really works on this.
Yeah.
It had some of that little Arturo Fuente kind of.
Yeah.
And
DNA.
it was
DNA,
a bit
yeah.
sweet all the way through too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the wrapper.
I
Yeah.
got to say,
Awesome.
we said it earlier. I think you said it. Way better than that $42 Opus we smoked.
Way better.
I mean,
Hands down.
For
I
a
mean,
quarter of the price.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Way
Unbelievable.
better. That thing was terrible.
It was a stinker.
Yep.
All right, boys. A 7.2 for the Arturo Fuente Hemingway in signature. And awesome. We'll see you guys next week.
Keep smoking.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave us a rating and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. If you have any comments, questions, if you want to reach out, say hello, tell us what you're smoking, email us, loungelizardspod, POD, That's loungelizardspod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram @loungelizardspod. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week.